In my pants. I do this on the fly, okay? This isn't scripted. So what do you do for a living?
Finance, back office.
Back office finance, okay.
Medical fraud investigation.
Medical fraud investigation, cool.
Beauty industry.
What is it?
Beauty industry.
Beauty industry, awesome.
I'm a virtual assistant.
VA.
Hi. Digital strategist.
Digital strategist, okay. Business coach, okay. Financial coach.
Physical wellness coach.
Physical wellness. Are you in my group too?
I am, yeah.
What do you do?
I'm a doula and lactation consultant.
Doula and lactation consultant. Okay, cool.
President of technology consulting firm.
Technology consulting.
Training and consulting.
Okay, training and consulting.
Nonprofit hospitality.
Hospitality, nonprofit hospitality. You're gonna have to explain that one a little bit. Realty. Okay. So, real quick, just to kind of give you just a quick background because you have no idea who I am other than the guy who's wearing a pink jacket. My company doesn't do anything with voice. We're a copywriting service. We write words for businesses all over the world, and I grew my company from zero to a multi-million-dollar company in under 2 years. So I know the platforms, and I know how to communicate to people. That's all I've got. Okay. How many of you are CEOs, owners, operators? Okay, everyone. So one of the things that you all know, and I know, is that when you run a business, you don't have time to do shit, right? You are, right? I'm a CEO of a company, I have a global team, and I'm a firefighter. Every day, I shouldn't even be wearing this, I should be wearing like turnouts and a helmet, because every day I've got 1 million fires to put out. But in order for me to grow my brand, there are things that I have to do, right? The work that you have to do to grow the brand is the stuff that you know, I gotta do that, but I don't have time for that. Out of curiosity, how many of you guys have like video cameras in your office? Like so you can videotape? Cool. You don't have one?
I have my phone.
Oh yeah, you do have a video camera in your office. How many of you have more than one of these in your office? Okay, cool. So do any of you blog? Okay, how do you blog?
I actually,
Explain the process. I want you to like talk to us like so everybody can hear the process. I want your process.
my process. So I actually use a video, and I do time lapse, and I write out what I've done in my video. So they see what I'm doing, but then they actually read what I have done.
So you take your video and then you transcribe the stuff, right? And so it takes time you got to set up your camera, you got to make sure your lighting is good because, well, when you're working with this, trust me, you got to make sure your lighting is good.
Right.
And so you have to do steps to make sure that all this shit looks good because you don't want to look like an idiot on the web. By the way, I'm from New York, so sometimes my language is a little bit salty. Sorry about that. Don't mean to offend, it's just the way I speak. Then you transcribe. What is your process? That's okay. I'm not criticizing. I want to help you dial in your process. Okay. So you go old-fashioned keyboard. Okay.
I'm trying to move to blog.
Okay.
So I haven't moved it effectively yet.
Okay. So this is either going to be like a light bulb moment, or it's going to, like, you're going to go, holy crap, why didn't I do this? So I'm in the copywriting business, and yet when I blog, I don't write. So there's two ways that I blog. If I'm traveling, I'm on an airplane. How many of you have iPhones? How many of you have Androids? Speaking of iPhones, mine's ringing. Okay. Every one of these devices has an awesome app, and I'm going to show you one that I use. And this is going to be step one if you're not blogging, and you should be blogging, but you don't have time to sit there and write because God knows I didn't do 80 words a minute in school, okay, back when IBM Selectrics were still hot. I'm 52, okay? What do you want? So how do you efficiently blog? Well, I'm going to show you really quickly with my Notes app how I efficiently blog. You open up your Notes app, and do you all know how to start a new note? You just hit that new button, okay? And I'm going to show you, this is how I blog. Because what I do is I start talking into my phone, and as I'm talking, it's picking up every single word I'm saying, and it's transcribing it into written form. Now, I have a team of writers that work for me, and all I do when I'm done blogging is I send this to my editors, and I say, edit this, because it doesn't know to put periods, commas, and pauses in my speech. Now, it's very natural for us because we text a lot to use commas and say question mark, but the reality is I don't have time to do that. So I just speak and it's a big freaking run-on sentence. But look how quickly it's transcribing every word with accuracy. That is how you blog, right? This is one way. It's using the power of your voice with the ability for this device to hear the words that come out of your mouth to transcribe in real time. Now, let's say you didn't do that. How many of you have video content that already exists and you want it transcribed and you don't necessarily, so she's a VA, right? So you could hire her to transcribe for you. And at the same time, she would be overloaded if everyone in this conference wanted her to transcribe everything. But you could take your phone, sit it right next to your computer, and hit record and play the video, and guess what? It'll start transcribing the words that you've previously spoken. And now you have written word of the spoken word. Right? Light bulb? Light bulb, right? Wait, this is gonna get real meta now. So, if you've got more than one of these accessible, let's say you have employees, right? I have real video cameras like that in my office. So I have video cameras, I have microphones, just like the microphone that I'm wearing right now. And I have lots of these because I have employees that have these. I go, hey Sean, can I borrow your phone for a minute? Oh, sure. Or I have an iPad. The iPad does the same thing. So now, this gets real meta. You can create 3 pieces of content in one sitting. You sit in front of your camera. I don't like to script things. I go from here, as you can tell, I'm doing this like, free form. Sit down in front of your camera or stand up and you start doing your spiel, right? The recording of that audio, when you're done, gets stripped off. Then all you have to do is create your podcast open. You now have your podcast audio. You now use your transcription from this device and you have your blog. You've created 3 pieces of content from one simple thing. Okay, so let's pretend this is my camera, okay? My camera's gonna record my voice and my face, right? I'm gonna do all of this. You can use another one of these things to capture and transcribe your words as you speak them. Now, if you don't have time for that, because a lot of people don't, right? Or if you don't want to have a third device, there's a couple of hacks you can use. Did you know when you upload videos to Facebook, Facebook can transcribe your videos? Now, it'll do it automatically and caption your videos for you, but Facebook sucks. And Facebook butchers words. And if you have like an Indian accent or an Asian accent, or I have a friend who's from Jamaica, and it can't pick up his, he's got that accent, man. And sometimes it messes things up, but guess what you can do? You can click a little button in Facebook that tells it to have a human verify the transcription. And it takes 24 hours for that transcription to occur by an employee at Facebook, because Facebook values video content. And you have your SRT file that you can then download. Guess what? It's written, and all you need to do is have an editor clean it up. Right? It's efficiency. My mouth is super dry and I didn't grab water. Oh well. So it's efficiency in your process. So when you're running your business, you don't have time to blog, to do a podcast, to shoot videos. So I do it all in one shot, because I don't have time. I travel, I speak all over the world. I don't have time to oh God, I gotta write a blog, right? Or I gotta shoot this video. Oh, bless you, you are awesome. New favorite person.
Well, you scoop my chips.
I am a master chip scooper. So, for me, it's all about hacking stuff, right? How do I make efficient use of my time as a business owner? I can't be everywhere all the time for everyone, but I need to create this content. You, as a business owner, as a founder, as a CEO, need to be pumping out content. Recently, I discovered a platform that I started using. I'm still testing them. I'm loving it so far, called Repurpose House. Repurpose House. The best $500 a month I've ever spent. Company was founded by a woman named Shayna Weisinger. Here's what Repurpose House does. I upload a piece of content that we shot, right? My new YouTube video. That gets uploaded in the format that it currently exists. I don't make any edits other than what I did for YouTube, right? It goes to Repurpose House. Repurpose House has 8 different templates for me, for my brand, and it will cut up my content into Instagram, YouTube, quote cards, everything that I need as an entrepreneur. I'm not an entrepreneur, by the way. I'll tell you a little more about that in a second. Everything that I need to do as a business owner for social media and distribution, it brings me back. Now, here's the cool part. Every night, and I don't get a kick from them, by the way. This is like not an affiliate pitch. I don't do that shit. Every night, I can upload a new piece of content. I do one a day, Monday through Friday. And as long as I submit it by 5 p.m., I get it back the next morning by 8 a.m., ready for distribution. So I am a content whore. And that's how I've built my business. And you should be doing that too. And it's easy to do because you only do it once. And then you let the technology assist you to do everything else. Because I don't think about, oh, what am I going to do on a podcast, right? Now, I'm going to have Shayna on my podcast. Why? Well, once I signed up for their service, Shayna starts following me on LinkedIn and then Instagram, and I'm looking at all her hashtags, and I'm like, she's in Arizona. I'm in Arizona. Hey, Shayna, are you in Arizona for real? Yeah, I live here. Great. So I'm going to have her on my podcast, TYC, 3 Yellow Chairs, and I'm going to have her sitting down with me to have a conversation. Why? She's got a business that wasn't a business 5 years ago, right? I'm interviewing and talking to other business owners that are doing things that people didn't even think were businesses. Think about this. 30 years ago, was there anything like a coffee shop, like a Starbucks 40 years ago, 50 years ago, right? None of that existed. 30 years ago, could a woman, okay, now this is gonna get a little weird. I follow a woman on Instagram. Her name is Denise Wadehofer. Gorgeous. She's learned to build a 7-figure income by taking hot selfies of herself every day. But she doesn't do that on Instagram. She does it by having subscriptions. And so people follow her and then subscribe because they want to see a little bit more, right? But she's a smart woman, because I've had a conversation with super smart woman. She knew, hey, I'm young, I look good, I got a great body, I'm going to use that to my advantage, right? But you can create a business today out of nothing. But this device gives you the ability to do everything. And that's why I don't need one of these when I do a presentation, because you have the power to vlog, blog, and do everything, podcast, all from here. And you don't even realize it. You don't need one of those. You don't need a fancy camera. You just need a quiet room and maybe 1 or 2 of these to get it all done. So that's all I got. I want to take questions from you guys because I know I just fire hosed you with a bunch of crap.
So with Repurpose House, let's say you send them a 5-minute video.
Yes.
Will they chop it for you in terms of, instead of making just 4 pieces of content for the 4-minute platform, will they chop it into 1-minute segments that maybe had different portions, and now you've got...
No, they're not going to make editorial decisions for you. So you can send them up to a 2-minute piece of content, and you're going to say, lift out this for my quote card, lift out this. But then what they do is they package it with your brand wrapper. So my brand wrappers are all have this jacket. Everywhere I go, people remember this jacket. So I have that texture in my logo. I have that pink because I don't have a problem with it. I like this jacket. So all of my wrappers have this color scheme in them. So I'll show you what a wrapper looks like. So I can deliver a 2-minute piece of content to them overnight or at the end of the day, and then I'll get back a quote card that has my branding on it. And I'll get back a video that has my branding on it that's all wrappered for repurposing, right? So you have your original piece of content that you might have uploaded to YouTube. Let's say you did a video for YouTube for real estate, right? You walk into a house, you're doing a tour, the video is 1.5 minutes long. What you do is you then take that video and you just tell Repurpose House, you're a design person, here's the link to that video on Facebook. They strip that video out of Facebook for you. It's there. They don't take it away. They just get access to it, and they'll send you a repurposed version of that video with all of your branding. And you can also tell them, I want this 15-second clip for Instagram, this 15-second clip for stories, right? So now you can tell them what you want to use it on, and the next morning you wake up, you go into your office or you fire up your computer, and it's all there for you. And then all you do is you go into whatever scheduling app you use, like Buffer. I use Buffer because I have to manage 6 channels for myself. I have my business, think about it. So for every business channel, I have a personal channel, right? If I have a business Instagram, I have personal Instagram, or my speaking brand. So I have 6 different channels for me alone that I need to get content on. And sometimes I have other members of my team that'll post stuff or repurpose stuff that I've done on my personal brand for the business, but it's not going to be written in first person, right? It's going to be written for me by one of my team members. How many of you have a team, or at least a few people working for you? Okay, how many of you you do it all? You're the chief cook and bottle washer. Okay, great. Then you need to have something like Buffer, or I don't know any of the other apps out there. I've tested a bunch of them, fell in love with Buffer, so I was done. I stop looking once I find what I like. Now, I did say I'm not an entrepreneur, and I want to explain that. So I spent 5 days with Tony Robbins and his Business Mastery team, and I learned something about myself that you should also find out about yourselves. Are you an entrepreneur, an artist, or a manager? I'm an artist. Can you tell? Like, that's me. So I surround myself with a team of people that are good at the things I suck at. I'm not a mathematician, so I have an incredible CFO. I'm not an operations person, so I have a Brandon, and he's my ops guy. I have a team manager, Megan, who manages our team growth and infrastructure. Her title is TGIF, Team Growth and Infrastructure Facilitator. So that's what she does. So surround yourself with the right people. The one thing they don't know how to do is what I do, which is build the brand. And so that's I know how to tell stories. I know how to communicate. I'm really good at communicating, and I'm comfortable doing it. So find what you're comfortable in, right? And if you're not good at those other things, outsource it. Let somebody else do it. And that's what VAs are for. That's why my company's grown so fast. People suck at writing copy. We can do that. And by the way, it's not a sales pitch. It's just, outsource the stuff that you're not good at. And then focus on growing your business. Questions? Damn, you guys are good. Okay, so I don't know how much time is left because I do go fast, but think about, if I break the table, don't laugh. How are you building your brands today, out of curiosity?
I use social media a lot.
You what?
Social media.
Okay.
That's how I've been able to build my brand in the beauty industry, as well as my blog.
So you're using social media for your brand and blogging. Are you putting marketing dollars behind it, or are you just doing organic?
I'm starting to put marketing dollars behind it now. I was all strictly organic and word of mouth, but now.
How much time do we have left? Like 3 minutes. Oh, awesome. Okay, thank you. So for every post, for every piece of content you make, put dollars behind it and do it for about a 30-day cycle.
Okay.
And because as you do that, you're going to find that your organic reach is going to exponentially grow. Mm-hmm. How many of you are on LinkedIn? Okay, if you're not doing at least one LinkedIn live video every day, LinkedIn live video, if you're not doing a LinkedIn live video every day, you're losing out. It is the most underused and very engaging piece of content you can use for a business right now. And here's a hack. If you use any one of their native stickers before you do your live, you can pick a sticker that works for your live. It's just like Snapchat. Okay, pick a sticker that goes on your live. LinkedIn will give that extra juice and love in the algorithm to send people to your brand because they're trying to get people to use the stickers. And so use stickers and go live on LinkedIn once or twice a day, right? Because now you're able to bring juice to your brand for free on LinkedIn. Then when you find a piece of content that you shared on LinkedIn, whether it's through voice, through blog, through podcast, put marketing dollars to it. get people to come to it. Like we have blogs, all of the blogs that I do go into one of our marketing channels on Facebook, on Instagram. They go to a lot of different places. And our blogs are not selling you our services. Like people come to our blog and they read the story of The Business of Marriage. That's one of our blogs. And it's a blog about how building this business really took its toll on my marriage. And it was a very raw, personal, like, hey, this is what it is when you're building a business. That blog has spent a total of like $300 over the course of the few months that it's been out there and has generated $5,000 in revenue from spending like nothing. The ROAS on that is huge. So when you create this content, when you create your podcast, when you think about the content you need to create, don't be overwhelmed with trying to create multiple pieces. Do it one time on camera, split it out, and then start promoting it. And when you promote it, you don't have to promote it. Like we spend thousands of dollars every day, you don't need to do that. Spend $5 promoting your podcast, spend $5 promoting your video, spend $5 and target the market you want to have get your content. Like you can ninja target the people you want. And if you can't find the targeting on the platform that you want, so let's say, how many of you market on Facebook? Okay. There are third-party data aggregators that you can use to get lists of data if you can't get the data you want from Facebook. So you can actually buy the data lists. If I wanted to, like this is how insane I can get. If I wanted to target, I'm gonna go really insane. I live in Arizona, a lot of Mormons. I wanna target Mormons, and you can't target by religious preference on Facebook anymore. That was taken out. I want to target Mormons, but I also want to target Mormons that are African American, right? You can go to a company like A-Type Data, and they can sell you the data because they're a certified data partner for Facebook. They can sell you the data that you're looking for specific to your business, and then you can put that in as a custom audience on Facebook and start marketing to them. So now when you're promoting the content that you've created from this one piece, you're promoting it strictly to the people you want to get the eyeballs in front of. Does that all make sense? I hope all of this gave you some value. Like it was 22 minutes of just fire, but like I hope I helped you guys, and if there's any questions you have, just hit me up, connect with me.
This is random stuff.
Go ahead, I like random.
Is there a platform that allows you to go live on multiple platforms simultaneously?
So yes, you can actually, there's software, there's a couple of different software apps that you can use so that you can go live on Facebook and Instagram at the same time. I can't think of the name of two of them right now that I can think of, but I can't think of the names of them. But yes, there are things that you can do to do that. And it's basically you're using one camera, feeding live, and then you're propagating it out to multiple platforms simultaneously, but it needs a computer as the middleman. So the computer is going to be the kind of the control panel for that. But yes, there are software apps that can do that, and lots of people use them. And I just can't think of the name of them, just because I'm 52 and shit doesn't fire off that fast. The stuff that I don't need every day doesn't stay up here. Any other questions?
I have a comment though. If anybody does actually need a virtual assistant,
And one who speaks English. So I know this is totally a voice conference, and I'm bringing like a weird level of stuff, but if you guys want to connect with me on any of the platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Spanky Moskowitz, it's really easy. Try spelling my last name, good luck. I think Feifel from An American Tail. Anybody remember that movie?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Moskowitz, except it's Moskowitz. Somewhere out there. But yeah, you know, I love what I do, and every day I get to build a brand, and I get to play for a living, and it's fun. Yes?
So how was it building your team? Like how long did it take to build your team?
So I'll tell you how long did it take to build my team. It happened fast. I started this company in March of 2017, March 6, 2017 it started. By week 6, we had one customer on every continent, except Antarctica. We still don't have anyone on Antarctica. Scientists suck. And then once I brought Brandon, my operations person, in, that was November of 17. That's when we started to grow, because I then got out of the muck and the trenches of trying to figure out operations, which I'm not good at, and let someone who knows. He's already built an 8-figure company, so why should I try to do something that I suck at? So we built it pretty fast, and because I'm out there constantly just kind of helping businesses grow and figure out their challenges, it's just grown. And but I do market. I mean, last year I spent $150,000 on Facebook. So in the last year, Facebook's generated about $250,000 in revenue for us. No, more than that. $250,000 in revenue off of less than $100,000. But Facebook only represents like 4% of our total revenue. So I don't put all my dollars on one platform. I spend money on LinkedIn. I spend money on Instagram. By the way, even though they're owned by the same, they don't work the same. Facebook and Instagram are 2 totally different platforms. So I put money on different platforms. I'm Snapchat. I'm on TikTok. My daughters hate it. You gotta be on them. So thank you guys. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Hey guys, really quick, just to make the flow work, you have blue sheets.
Yep.
If you're looking for that person, Alan is on this patio.
Yeah, very informative. I like it. Yeah, some of the light bulbs going off, you can really tell some people were really understanding it. They were connecting for the first time. Like, she just noticed for the first time her phone will transcribe what she's saying. So I think it was pretty helpful for people too.